Here's a little update from Bill Glahn at the American Experiment.
Okay.
The upcoming municipal elections in Minneapolis will be a referendum on the city's future. Unfortunately, the future is not bright. Yesterday, the city's hometown newspaper, the Star Tribune, this is a few days ago, delivered some bad news. Minneapolis total property tax value falls for the second consecutive year. The market has spoken. Property value declines were led again by commercial real estate, followed by apartments. Recent transactions have seen even prestige buildings change hands at pennies on the dollar. Of course, in the bizarro world math of municipal finance, this means that property taxes for homeowner properties will be increased to make up the difference. A famous quote from NBA All-Star Michael Ray Richardson has him assessing the prospects of his early 1980s era New York Knicks team. The ship be sinking. When asked how it could fail, he replied, "The sky's the limit." And so it goes for the city of Lakes. Incumbent Mayor Jacob Fry is running for a third term in November. A number of other candidates have announced a challenge, including Ward 11 City Council member Emily Koski. An upcoming milestone in the race will be the April 8 Democratic Party caucus night. Minneapolis is a one-party town, so a Democratic Party endorsement will be influential. But under the city's use of ranked choice voting, there will be no party primaries. All registered candidates advance to the November general election. As I've discussed many times before, writes Glahn, contrary to popular belief, ranked choice voting does not encourage centrist politics, but rather, through mathematical operation, pushes elections toward the extreme of whatever natural ideological leanings a locality has. Which brings us to State Senator Omar Fateh, DFL, Minneapolis. Senator Fateh is an announced candidate for mayor and recently picked up the endorsement of the city's Democratic Socialist Organization. In addition, he is supported by the far-left political nonprofit Take Action Minnesota. And remember, to be in this is me now.
Yep.
To be in politics in Minneapolis, you got to go through the Safari restaurant. Nature abhors a vacuum, so the politics of solid blue Minneapolis have cleaved along a line of merely left, Mayor Fry, and far left, Fateh. The 2025 Minneapolis election is, so far, a contest between more of the same and more of the same and a lot more of the same. We are all we're all expecting a different result, and we won't get it. He's right. It's a race in Minneapolis between more of the same or a lot more of the same. Omar Fateh will probably win the election.
Oof.
Can anyone point out to me why that might not be true?
There's no way. There's no way that he won't.
Well, maybe he'll be in prison, but doubtful.
Yeah.
But doubtful.
But I think he's the one who wants $1 million a year from the state for a Somali museum. And I don't want to pay for that.
And what is that a front for?
I was going to say, what do we put in the Somali Museum? What do you see?
A paper bag full of cash.
And he's been through
This is how to properly bribe.
Yeah.
He's followed the path. He's strolled right through the Safari restaurant on more than one occasion.
I see a fraud wing. A wing of fraud that they have in their museum. This is the fraud that we've performed while we've been.
Fraud wings.
Yes.
Serving now.
Yes.
It's going to be fun to watch, Joe. I wish you wouldn't take it so personally. It really gets you depressed. Me, on the other hand, it makes me happy, fills my heart with joy. My face actually starts hurting because I'm smiling so much.
Well, because you're a state worker and you live more than 75 miles away.
In a mud hut, according to you.
Mud hut.
It's got a thatched roof.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know where the phrase raining cats and dogs came from.
I sure do.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't remember what timeline.
That'd be probably your medieval.
Okay.
But the
Run me through
dogs
the
and
process.
cats, to keep warm, would live on the roof, which was just nothing but hay or thatches, and when it rained hard enough, they'd fall right off the roof.
Plop.
Into the mud hut?
Right in? No, outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, outside.
I've seen a lot of thatched roofs on Survivor, but I've never
Author's
seen
Corner. Do you have Author's Corner sounder somewhere handy?
Give him
I'll
a moment
see
or two
what I
here.
can
I
find.
know I sprung that on you. That's not fair of me. You need a moment to find
Matthew
that.
could probably do it live.
And John, verify this. Is it Niall Williams that I've been raving about, the Irish author?
I think so, but I will double check.
He's written 2 novels that I'm aware of, and
There's probably an apostrophe in that
I'm
mess.
about to complete the second one. But the thatched roofs remind me. Of,
Yes, Niall.
it's Niall Williams. Niall.
Niall,
Yeah.
yes.
You ready?
Got it.
That's okay. That's
the circle
okay.
of thought.
That's okay.
Author's Corner on a Friday afternoon in Garage Logic. We'll shove it in your ears.
The first novel that I read by him was called "This Is Happiness."
This is happiness.
This is happiness.
And it's the story of electricity first coming to the small Irish
Oh, yes.
village
I
of
remember now.
Faha, Faha.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you enough how lovely it is.
Author's Corner.
Here we go.
2018 style.
Yep,
I ask that you
2018.
gather around the campfire.
Okay, thanks,
as
Lou.
Wow.
we pray
I like
that
this
this
one.
is going to be
Never
a great
heard
hour.
this one.
Yeah.
None other than Joe Souchere celebrating his 25th year, and John
Before it
Camp,
gets fired.
or John Sanford.
All right, take it down.
it's a
Take it
special
down.
one.
Take it
Oh,
down.
okay. That was a
A
personalized
specific one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
specific.
What did I find?
Oh, it was good.
And the people in the village are the story. It's the story of electricity coming, and not everybody wants to even take it because they hold it in suspicion.
Okay.
And that's about I think it takes place in about
My
1957.
next question. That was my next question. Thank you.
1957 or
Radar?
1958, and you meet wonderful, wonderful characters who show up in the novel I'll complete tonight, called "Time of the Child," and it's the same village.
Okay.
We're up to 1962.
Are they put upon, or what is their? They don't want the electricity, but what is their mood?
Well, they suffer the hardships of life.
Okay.
It's always
And
raining.
they're used to that.
And
Famine.
One guy's house, he built the fireplace so poorly that depending on the weather, the smoke either comes out the front door or the windows. It's that kind of place.
Okay.
It's just so lovely. But I guess where I was going with this is they live, many of them, as recently as 1962, were living in these houses that you can't believe they live in, with thatched roofs and peat for walls and
They just never got the memo.
they're pretty
updating.
isolated on the west coast of Ireland. And
How can you be isolated in Ireland? It's not
well,
big enough.
Matt, it's very easy to be. There's really no big cities near them. They're way off in the country on the edge of where the Atlantic meets the island.
Where are the lassies?
Yes. And
And me lucky charms.
I'll end that now because I'm talking to some morons who can't read. So
Do they have any 4-leaf clovers?
for you, they would.
What about breakfast cereal?
And you wouldn't like any of the descriptions of the meals.
Oh, bangers and mash, though.
No bangers and mash.
Gruel? Got some gruel?
Oh, these people?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I
I've
would
seen
not be
like
able to.
mystery gravy and mystery meat
Right.
that's been cooked and cooked and recooked.
Like a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's what I'm seeing.
For the GLers who can read, and that's anyone outside this room.
Hey, wait a minute.
You are really on your high horse today, Mr. Mayor.
I recommend these books so highly. that,
Yeah, because you're the
Any
mayor.
pictures?
Now, I will
you're
warn you.
Smarter than us.
I will warn you, the writing is what I think is miraculous, but it's dense. It's so wonderful. There's not a wasted word. And sometimes I'll have to go back and reread a paragraph.
Because it's so.
Well, John, you
Dense?
read
I didn't read it. Remember we talked about this.
You have it, though.
I don't have it either, no.
So never mind. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I read it.
don't. I've been thinking about grabbing it, but I
have a conception of a plan.
I have a stack this high. You
I
know,
do too.
It's tough
But
to
I get to 'em.
things.
I put it back so there weren't any pictures.
This is Happiness, I would read first, followed by Time of the Child.
You brought up Dents. What's the publishing dates on these?
They're both current, 23, 24, 25, right in there.
Because when you say Dents, I think of writing
Yeah.
pre-World War II.
No, maybe dense is the wrong word. It's
I don't even know what it means literarily. In literary terms.
I think a good description
Dense.
was when Joe said, when I got it, was when he said I had to go back and read the paragraph again. And it's like, well, okay, I understand that. I've had
Maybe
to
you're
do that.
dyslexic like me.
Let me read your review from the Financial Times, just a couple lines. Charming is one word for Williams' prose. It also is life-affirming and written with the turn of phrase that makes the reader want to underline something on every page.
Yeah.
yeah. Also, you should have a dictionary.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful. Don't let me scare you from this.
Too late.
Is there a paragraph from a book you could read to us? It wouldn't make any difference what paragraph it is.
Oh,
That's how good they all are.
I'll look it up.
No.
Twas the night before Christmas.
Okay. Well,
What's the
Time
name
of
of
the
your stupid
Child takes
dense
place
book?
in the 1 month Christmas season of 1962.
What's the name of this thing?
Well, you can look up any book you
It's
want.
Time for Happiness?
Time of the Child.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of reviews, but no, I can't find a...
You're not going to find a bad one. You're not going to find a bad
No,
review.
I can't find
Niall
a
Williams?
sentence.
Yes. Yeah. It would be fun to hear you read one of the paragraphs in your Irish brogue.
I'm going to try to find.
John, help him because he can't.
I'm
He
trying,
doesn't
yep.
know how to work the internet very well.
What is this internet thing?
He's not very fast on the internet. But
Excerpts. Maybe I'll look for excerpts.
oh Jesus, God help me.
X. Is there a P in there? All right. Summary and reviews.
No, that's not it. Never mind. Let's move on.
So one
Dr.
of,
Jack Troy was born and raised in Faha, but
One
his
of you said-
responsibilities for the sick and his care for the dying means he's always been set apart.
That's
from
not
the
a paragraph from the book.
I got one from This Is Happiness.
All right.
It was a condensed explanation, but I came to understand him to mean you could stop at, not all, but most of the moments of your life, stop for one heartbeat, and no matter what the state of your head or heart, say, this is happiness, because of the simple truth that you were alive to say it.
That's towards the end of the book.
That's dense.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a full page of some of his stuff.
I don't think I'm losing the steam.
Well, in This Is Happiness, when the town's getting electricity, a vagrant comes through town and ends up living with the Knoll family, and he's come back to town because long ago he had a beautiful romance with Annie Mooney, who was the chemist in town. That's their
Okay.
name for a drugstore.
Yeah.
And he can. I don't want to ruin the book. I don't want to ruin.
Please,
The book.
yeah, I might pick it up someday. Hold up.
Here's a good one. Neighbors, as Jesus knew, can be a not insignificant challenge to anyone's Christianity.
Yes. Oh, he's just got a way about him. That's just,
Britain was painfully closing the gap between her old position as the smallest of the great powers and her new one as the greatest of the small powers.
It's just
That's actually Severide. But when you
same
said,
thing.
Well, yeah, when you said a book that makes you get out the highlighter and start highlighting lines, that's the first author I thought of.
I have not done that. I've not highlighted any.
I
lines.
have
It's
never
so
done that
tempting
for a
though,
book.
but then you realize as you're highlighting them, where am I ever going to use this? What am I doing? You know?
And he I don't know anything about the guy. He's obviously Irish.
Yeah. He was born in Dublin.
Yeah.
So, how about after a liquid lunch in Cravens, he had found the margins of the roads badly drawn.
Yeah. It's just full of stuff like that.